Steve Gio's Miami Dolphin pick in the league where they play for pay. Bills at Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium, 7-2 Bills, leading the AFC East, or actually I guess they're technically behind the Patriots, at the 2-7, reeling, firing GMs, trading off assets, got their head up their ass Miami Dolphins, and the Bills are favored by 9.5, over under is 50, 9.5 on the road as a favorite. That is hard to do. So, my prediction. I'd love to sit here and say that 0.001% the Dolphins could come out and actually maybe pull off the miracle and win this game, but there is not a shot in heaven or hell that it is going to happen. The Bills are probably going to have some moments in the game where maybe the Dolphins are up. Again, they're coming off that big, outing with the Chiefs. The letdown. The Dolphins did have the extra time to prepare and heal and maybe game plan. So maybe in the beginning of the game, there's a little bit of a back and forth. But ultimately, the Bills are going to run away with this game. I think they're going to win this game 35-17. It'll feel fairly close in the beginning, maybe somewhat the way it did in Buffalo earlier in week 3 on the Thursday night game. But then they're just going to get into that second half where the Dolphins literally just completely collapse in the third quarter and do absolutely nothing. They're going to run the ball down the Dolphins' throat. They're going to get their tight ends involved. Tua will probably make a couple of costly mistakes. We are going to be looking at a 2-8 Miami Dolphin team headed next week to Madrid, of all places. Poor Madrid that we got to send them the Dolphins. At a 2-8 clip, reeling, and then we're all going to be wondering, because they're not going to fire McDaniel coming, going into that game. What will that game mean, and will Ross stick to his guns in keeping him for the rest of the year? But that being said, nothing would be sweeter than a Miami Dolphins upset against your division rival and a team that I cannot stand probably more than anybody, the Buffalo Bills. So, let's go Dolphins. Let's actually take what we did in Atlanta potentially, bring it to this game. And to the Dolphin fans, I get it. I'm going to be kind of dead walking in there myself. Let's try and maybe bring the noise and bring the pain and try and match what the Bills Mafia is going to do. Maybe have a good game. Maybe get the upset. Doubt it. Highly doubtful. You never know. That's why they play the games. We will see you next week as we prepare for the Commanders in Madrid. Let's go, Fins.